So if you remember now, question number 2b, if you remember I did similar type of question under ellipse. So let's go with this question here. It's like just little difference here. Okay. So as usual the concept remains same. Always try to bring the variable on one side, x and y on together. Okay. So let me rewrite this one as a x square minus 2x minus 2y square plus 8y is equivalent. Take constant on the right hand side. Logic is involved is same. This is here the coefficient of x square is 1, so there is no problem. Keep as it is. Let me rewrite this one as a. But here the coefficient of y square should be 1. In order to make it 1, you need to take negative 2 common outside, not 2. Okay? Take negative 2 common outside. We have y square minus 4y is equivalent to 1. Now coefficient y square is 1. Now I can make this in the form of a minus b whole square. So for that, you know what to do now. X square minus 2x plus 1. 2 divided by 2, you square it, you will get answer 1 minus 2 times, then, okay, y square minus 4y, then 4 divided by 2, 2 square is 4, plus 4, okay, then is equivalent to 1. Here what I added? I have added this side 1, but here what I have added negative 8, isn't it? Negative 2 times 4 becomes negative 8. Logic involves here, it's same. Please remember what you have learned under ellipse. So now this is in the form of a minus b, a square minus 2ab plus b square. Make it into a minus b whole square, x minus 1 whole square, minus 2 times, make this one y minus 2 whole square, isn't it? Which is equal to 2 minus 8, negative 6. Now to make x minus h whole square and y minus k whole square, here you need to have 1. So in order to have 1, you need to divide both sides by negative 6. Which implies we have x minus 1 whole square divided by negative 6, then minus 2 times y minus 2 whole square divided by negative 6 is equivalent to 1. Isn't it? This 2 times 3 becomes 6. Then that implies we have now this negative becomes positive. Please be careful with this step. It looks like, oh, this is a horizontal. No, it will become a vertical hyperbola. See, this negative and negative becomes positive. Then we have here y minus 2 whole square divided by 3, then minus x minus 1 whole square divided by 6 is equivalent to 1. What is this now? This is vertical hyperbola. Right? This is a vertical hyperbola. Here we have is minus. It becomes a hyperbola. If it is plus, then it becomes ellipse. Okay? So this is a vertical hyperbola. So what you will do? The center of this hyperbola is not at the origin. It is somewhere. So what you need to do? You need to check. Let capital Y is equivalent to y minus 2 and capital X is equal to x minus 1 as usual, which implies this becomes capital Y squared by 3 minus capital X squared by 6 is equivalent to 1. Right? So if you compare this, what's this value now? A square or B square? This is always A square. Okay? So A square value is equal to 3. B square value is equivalent to 6, which implies A is equal to root 3, B is equal to root 6. Okay, so from here itself, let me calculate eccentricity. What's the eccentricity formula? E is equal to root of 1 plus B squared by A square, which is root of 1 plus, what's the B square value? 6 divided by 3. 6 divided by 3. Right? 1 is 6 divided by 3. Cancel directly. Which is equal to root 3. So eccentricity value is equal to root 3. Please remember, eccentricity value, the unit won't be there. It's a ratio. You need to get cancelled. So E is equal to root 3. Now what we'll do, we'll go with new coordinates and the all number 2. So Now we'll go with the coordinates of center. So coordinate of center, you know, C of h comma k, which is equivalent to, because this is a new coordinate, so it is the center of this hyperbola is shifted at the origin. Concept is similar. C of 0 comma 0. Yes or no? This becomes capital X value and this becomes capital Y value. It is same. So we have here center. Okay, you directly substitute x minus 1 is equal to 0 implies x is equivalent to 1, and then y minus 2 is equal to 0 implies y is equal to 2. What's the center? 1 comma 2. This becomes the center. Next one, number 3. Coordinates of vertices. V dash. This is a vertical hyperbola. Vertical hyperbola means vertex will be on the y-axis. Horizontal hyperbola means vertex will be on the x-axis. So this will be 0 comma plus or minus a, which is 0 comma plus or what's a value? A value is equal to root 3. This is the capital X value, this is the capital Y value, so substitute there. Now, b is equal to root 6, okay? Don't forget. B squared is 6, A squared is equal to 3. I need this value, okay? So now, number 3, we have coordinates of vertices here. Please substitute now. X minus 1 is equal to 0. That's a 0 value. Implies x is equal to 1. But when it comes to y value, y minus 2 is equal to plus or minus root 3. Implies y is equal to 2 plus or minus root 3. What's the vertex point? V dash is equal to 1 comma 2 plus or minus root 3. You can write this way also. In case of ellipse, I've separated V and V dash. But if you want to write this way, no problem. 1, 2 plus or minus root 3 and 1, 2 minus root plus root. 1 is 1 comma 2 plus root 3 and another point will be V dash will be 1 comma 2 minus root 3. Simple as that one. Next we need is coordinates of foci. Okay? So what's the coordinates of foci? S dash is equal to focus point lies on the y-axis. So plus or minus A plus that one. So which is 0 comma plus or minus. What's the value of A? A value is root 3. What's the value of E? What's the value of E? It's equivalent to root 3. Yes or no? A value is root 3 and E value also is root 3, which is equal to 0 comma plus or minus 3. This becomes a focus point. Root 3 times root 3 is root 9. Root 9 value is equivalent to 3. Right. Oh, I need this value. I usually forget. What was the A value? Wait. A square value was 3 and B square value was 6. So E value was root 6. Okay. I need this value. Okay. So now, foci. Number 4. Coordinates of foci. Please substitute now. X minus 1 is equal to 0. Implies x is equal to 1. This one, substitute there. Y minus 2 is equal to plus or minus 3. Yes or no? Substitute there. Which implies y is equal to 2 plus or minus 3. 2 plus or minus 3 means, I can write this one as y is equal to 5 or y is equal to negative 1. 2 plus 3, 5, 2 minus 3, negative 1. So what's the focus point? As 1 will be 1 comma 5 and another point will be 1 comma negative 1. This is our focus point. So now the length of transfer axis. What's the length of transfer axis? Length of transfer axis is equal to 2a, which is along the y-axis. This is a vertical hyperbola. So 2a, which means 2 times a square value was 3. So a value is root 3 units. Simple as that one. Next one is length of conjugate axis. What's the conjugate axis? 2b, which is 2 times b square value I got was 6. So b value will be root 6. Here I can't do anything. That's it. 2 times 4, 4, 4, 3, 12. Yeah? Its meaning is same. That will be length of transfer and conjugation. This side, length of transfer axis. What will be 2a? 2a value becomes 2 root 3 units. Length of transfer and conjugate axis will remain same, whether this side or this side, because shape of, we are just shifting the hyperbola, please remember. Then what will be 2b? 2b is equal to 2 root 6 units. Next, number 6, equation of transfer axis. So now when it comes to equation of transfer axis is along the y-axis. It does not lie on the x-axis. So this becomes capital X is equal to 0. Right? Substitute there. Here it is number 6. We have a x minus 1 is equal to 0. This becomes the equation of transfer axis. Then equation of conjugate axis. This is a vertical hyperbola. This is a vertical hyperbola. So conjugate axis is along x-axis. It does not lie on the y-axis. So capital Y is equal to 0. Substitute there. Then y minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay? Now next one, equation of directrices. This is a vertical hyperbola. So directrices will be capital Y is equal to plus or minus a by e. Directrix will be here, isn't it? It will intersect the y-axis. Alright, you should be thorough. I told you in lesson 1 itself. If you are thorough in English, the concept remains same here. Okay? Then only you will understand. Otherwise, if you directly watch this video, then you will not understand. You have to get thorough with previous video as well. So now, number 7. Right, capital Y. Oh, sorry, I didn't calculate. Plus or minus, what's the A value? A value is root 3. What's the E value? E value is also is root 3, which is equal to plus or minus 1. Is that right? Root 3 will get cancelled. So that means capital Y, here it is, y minus 2 is equal to plus or minus 1, which implies y is equal to 2 plus or minus 1, implies y is equal to 1 is 2 plus 1, 3, and another one is y is equal to 2 minus 1 is 1. We have two directrices. Is that right? So this becomes the equation of directrices. So now we are with the number 8, which is length of Latus rectum. What's the length of Latus rectum? 2b squared by a, which is equal to 2 times, what's a b square? 6. What's a value? Root 3. Can you do something about this one? This is 12, 3 times. Okay. Let me write this one as a 2 times 3 divided by root 3. Is that right? 2 times 3 becomes 6. So we have 4. This is root 3 times root 3 divided by root 3. We did, isn't it? This will get cancelled. So we have 4 root 3 units. This becomes the length of Latus rectum. What about this side? This side length of Latus rectum remains same. 4 root 3 units. I hope you get it. But it remains same. Okay. Now last one we will do coordinates of lateral recta. So here what will be the coordinates of lateral recta? Focus lie on the y-axis. So which means this will be plus or minus b squared by a comma plus or minus a. Is that correct? Is that right? So which is plus or minus, what's a b squared value? 6. What's a value? Root 3. Comma, then plus or minus a value is root 3. What's a e value? Root 3. Okay? Which is plus or minus 6 means I can write 2 times 3 divided by root 3 comma, this one will be plus or minus 3, which is plus or minus 2 root 3 comma plus or minus 3. This is a capital X value, this becomes the capital Y value. Substitute there, x minus 1 is equal to capital X value is plus or minus 2 root 3, and y minus 2 is equal to capital Y value is plus or minus 3, which implies x is equal to take minus 1 that side. We have 1 plus or minus 2 root 3, and then, okay, then implies y is going to take minus 2 that side, it becomes 2 plus or minus 3. We have two values of y is equal to 2 plus 3, 5, another one is y is equal to negative 1. Isn't it? 2 minus 3 is equal to negative 1. Therefore, finally, if you want to write, you can write this way, check one value, okay? 1 plus 2 root 3, positive value, and you take this 5, and then 1 plus 2 root 3, comma negative 1, you take another value of y. Again, 1 minus 2 root 3, comma 5, and then 1 minus 2 root 3, comma negative 1. That's it. This way the hyperbola has completed and conic section is completed. From next session, next video lessons, we will start with a new chapter, calculus, that is differentiation.